Welcome to AlphaCars and Motorcycles. Today we have a 2023 Honda Trail 125 ABS for your consideration. In this video we're going to learn all about this legendary little motorcycle, including things like the standout features, specifications, and some of the accessories this one has installed. This bike is available at the date of this video posting, so give us a call at 978-263-9000 if you are interested. And remember, you are just one click away from viewing the pricing and availability by viewing our detailed website listing, so that will be linked in the video for you to click on and the description. If you're new to the channel, welcome to AlphaCars. We share daily motoring content on exciting things like this Honda Trail 125, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. But now, let's take a look at this bike. Starting out, this bike is lightly used with only 1,800 miles on it, and it is a 2023 model, so it has this very nice pearl organic green is what Honda calls it. I really like this color. I think I actually prefer it over the next model year's color, which is sort of like a yellow. I still like that, but I think I prefer the green. Of course, this is inspired by the classic Trail 90 and the Trail 110, but with a modern twist, as it has, fuel injection, disc brakes, and the bigger engine with electric start. Of course, this offers a great value being lightly used because you're saving a lot of money in freight and assembly costs versus if you bought brand new. Those freight and assembly costs usually total anywhere between $500 to $700 depending on the dealer's assembly fees. So with where this one is priced at, you can still get it for a very reasonable cost and save a lot over buying one brand new. And the owner of this bike, the previous owner, they were a local customer and they were just trading this in on a new Royal Enfield. So this bike was very well cared for, and we did do a full comprehensive inspection on it. The rear tire is at 80%, the rear brake is at 85%, and the front tire is at 85%, and the front brake is at 80%. So this bike is in very good shape. We'll get a closer look at everything else as we go through and learn about it. So now let's do just that. Let's learn some more about it here. So it has a 124cc air-cooled single cylinder. It is a 4-stroke. Of course, it is fuel injected, and it has a single overhead cam. It does have a 4-speed semi-automatic, and it has a heel toe shifter as well. So even if you're in maybe like bigger boots or something, it's still very easy to use. And I said semi-automatic, has no clutch. It's a semi-automatic transmission. It has a centrifugal clutch. So you pretty much just pop it in gear, and as you give it gas, it'll slowly kind of feed the power to the chain drive there. The front suspension has 4.3 inches of travel. In the rear, with the twin shocks there, has 3.4 inches. The rear brake is a single 190 millimeter disc. We can see it is drilled there, and it has a single piston hydraulic caliper. And we have a 220 millimeter disc on the front here. We can see a twin piston hydraulic caliper, and the front does have ABS. We can see the ABS sticker there and the tone ring for the wheel speed sensor. So that's very nice. Really, in my opinion, that's the most important place for ABS to be, is on the front, because generally if you do lock up the rear, it is a bit easier to control. And it does have 17-inch rims front and rear. So the tires front and rear are the same size. They are an 80, 90, and then 17-inch diameter. The seat height is 31.5 inches, so not very high. It is a nice approachable seat height, and it's easy to get on and off of these with the frame design, how you can kind of step through. This looks a little higher than it usually is. It's on the center stand. Another great standard feature, makes the bike easy to store, easy to work on. We can see I can rotate the tire here if I need to do any chain maintenance. We did just adjust and clean and lubricate the chain. You can see it really looks brand new there, along with the rest of the bike. So the center stand there offers, of course, a great value, and it still has a side stand like any other motorcycle if you're not going to use the center stand at that time. And fuel capacity, 1.4 gallons there. So with the smaller engine and the very fuel efficient nature, you're gonna go really quite impressively far on just 1.4 gallons. And of course, these bikes, many people have toured on them, done crazy long journeys on and off-road, as these are very capable off-road. But really these are intended for maybe around town use, local use, where you're not doing a bunch of mileage at once. So commonly what people will do is, with all the storage space on these, they'll carry a lot of extra fuel with them if they are gonna do a longer journey. But like I said, with how fuel efficient they are, you'll be impressed how far you can go with that fuel capacity. In the curb weight, 256 pounds wet. Of course, wet meaning fully fueled up, full of oil, full of hydraulic fluid, brake fluid, everything of that nature. So the actual weight you are handling with the bike. And these have a very low center of gravity. With how the frame's designed, with how the engine is mounted, it does not feel that heavy at all. Of course, 256 pounds is very light for a motorcycle, but coupled with the design of this bike, it's very easy to control, to maneuver, and just to move around in general. Now let me go over some of the accessories this bike has. It does have a Honda rack on the front. Usually these don't have this front rack, so that is an added accessory. It does have these engine protection bars here, which also offer protection to your legs as well, and feet. And I really like the look of these with the kind of mesh on there. They look to be high quality. And of course, if the bike maybe did fall over, that would also, it wouldn't fall over as far because it would kind of be resting on here. And I can even show you all the edges of all the controls. There's no scuffs in the paint or anything. To me, it looks like this bike, has never been on its side before. And of course, it's been lightly used and carefully used, as you can tell by the condition of everything. Now, another accessory this bike has, really the last one, it has an aftermarket sort of handlebar brace right here. Of course, this could be removed if it's not to your liking. I don't mind it. I kind of like it. I more see the usability in it because these bars have a very high rise, and the stock handlebars on really any bike are known to not be the strongest things in the world. So I like this added sort of protection. I think this would prevent the bars from bending if you were gonna maybe use the bike in an off-road situation, and if it did fall over. So I like that little addition there. I think it looks pretty nice as well. Now let's just comment a bit more on the bike's condition. Even looking under it, it has a factory skid plate. Everything's just very clean. There's no corrosion, there's no rust. We can tell the bike was always stored properly. I don't see how it could have really been out in much of inclement weather. You can just see how clean the paint finishes. Even the end of the exhaust heat shield, it all just presents really nicely. We have the factory toolkit is in the tool pouch, little tool canister there. And the air filter is in here for the nice high air intake. And once again, it presents almost as a new bike. The finish looks great. No really scuffs or imperfections to see. And it does have full LED lighting as well. I will start it and we will go on just a little test ride in the parking lot to show you. But what I'll do right now is just turn on the ignition. We can hear the fuel pump prime there. And what I'm gonna do is put on our left blinker. You can see that nice crisp operation. And now I'll cancel that out and we'll put on the other blinker. We can see everything works properly. I like the look of these blinkers, and I especially like that they're LED, and you can see the rear running light there. And of course, the front running light, let me just start it up here. It's already in the run position. So easy to start, run so smooth. So the low beam's on right now, and I can toggle the high beam. So I love all these modern features. You get the retro look. Someone might see you pull up to the gas station or see you ride by, and they might think it is, a Trail 90 or a Trail 110. But no, it's a pretty much, new motorcycle with all the modern features you want, which adds to the ease of maintenance and ease of riding, but with that classic look. Now looking at the gauge, very nice little multifunction gauge. We have a fuel gauge, which is awesome. We have our miles per hour, and then we have our total mileage, which this is reading exactly 1878. So I believe the camera is showing that. It's a little bit sunny today. I'm sorry for any weird lighting or shadows. And then we do have a couple trips to cycle through, which then you can also reset those. And of course, all of the lights work on our little multifunction gauge. And this thing just runs so smooth, so quiet. I'll give it a little bit of revs. Of course, as I mentioned, all service is up to date. This bike is really just ready to hop on and ride and enjoy. So now that we have really covered a lot of the Standout features, the accessories, the specifications of this cool little Trail 125, I'm gonna take it just on a little spin in the parking lot. You can see it ride and shift through the gears, and then we'll finish out the video. Now that I'm on it here, I just got it off the center stand. Easy to get a foot down or both feet down. In my case, I'm around 5'11", 6 feet, and I can easily, flat foot the bike. But with this step through here, it's so easy to get on and off, or you can kind of scoot off the seat and just stand over it. So now I'm just gonna hold the front brake, just click it into gear, and away we go. And I will note, before I took off right there, I tried to click down into first, and these, all the gears are up. So these are especially easy to find neutral because you just click all the way down. There's no kind of sweet spot between first and second, like we may be used to riding another motorcycle. So that is just another ease of riding. I just had to remember that, to tell myself that, because I forgot that these gearboxes are a slightly different style than maybe the normal motorcycles we're used to riding. So I'll click back into first. It all shifts very smooth and very direct throttle response. I'll do some slow speed maneuvering so we can see how easy it is. I'm not used to this bike. I'm not at full lock. If you got used to this bike and you could really lean it a little bit more and use a bit more steering lock, you could seriously do some tight maneuvering. So it almost feels like riding a motorized bicycle, honestly. And now, because neutral is so easy to find, I've just clicked it in there. And now we can easily turn it off. We've got our side stand. Of course, as I mentioned, it's very easy to get on and off this bike. And now, if I want to, I can even use our center stand, stand it on there, and boom, it's right on the center stand. Very easy to do. And as I mentioned in this video, there's some great advantages to using that center stand and having it come on this bike as standard as well. Now that we've seen that little test ride, I will comment, this thing is so easy to control, so fun to ride. Of course, I do like things, with a clutch. I like my cars with a clutch as well, but there's just something about that really smooth semi-automatic. You just don't have to worry about it. You just hop on and ride. And especially maybe in a stop and go situation, a city situation, or carrying luggage, the semi-automatic, I think that's probably the best option for this bike. It's a joy to ride. And if you're interested in this, like I said, it is available at the date of this video posting. Feel free to check it out on our website. The link is in the video and in the description. You can view pricing and availability there. So don't hesitate to reach out, 978-263-9000. This has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough showroom. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe so then you don't miss out on the latest motoring content.